Hello everyone, this is a continuation of my tutorial video. Ngayon, tungkol naman ito sa derivatives of trigonometric functions, inverse trigonometric functions, and inverse hyperbolic functions. Halina't ating alamin. Find y prime of the given implicit functions. Tan squared x plus 2 is equals to y squared sine x plus 2 squared. Both side, left and right, gagawin dito ay derivatives. Ang una, derivatives ko, left side. Ginamitan ko ito ng power rule. And the right side, derivatives ko using product rule. The answer is 2 tan x plus 2, and the derivatives of tan squared is secant squared, capital X plus 2 equals, use the product rule, y squared. The derivatives of sine is cosine x plus 2 squared. Ibaba si 2 and copy the x plus 2 plus sine x plus 2 squared, and the derivatives of y squared is 2y prime. After nun, i-multiply yung mga constant. Yung 2, i-multiply ko sa y squared. Kaya ang sagot ay 2 tan x plus 2 secant squared x plus 2 is equals to 2y squared times x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared plus 2y prime sine x plus 2 squared. And after nun, itatranspose ko ito sa kabila. Kaya ang magiging arrangement na nito ay 2y prime sine x plus 2 squared is equals to 2 tan x plus 2 secant squared x plus 2 minus 2y squared x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared. After that, i-isolate si y prime. Kaya, gagamit ako ng i-divide both side ko si 2y sine x plus 2 squared para ma-isolate si y prime. Cancel the 2y sine x plus 2 squared, and the answer is y prime is equals to 2 tan x plus 2 secant squared x plus 2 minus 2y squared x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared over 2y sine x plus 2 squared. At pagkatapos nito, isi-simplify. Dahil gusto kong lahat ng try ko ay nasa numerator, kaya isi-simplify ko. Mangyayari, y prime, si sine, lipat ko sa kabila para maging ililipat ko sa kabila, tas i-multiply ko sa multiplier, magiging multiplicand, matitira si 2y sa denominator ng multiplier, and 1. I-multiply ko si 1 over sine x plus 2 squared sa 2 tan x plus 2 secant squared x plus 2 minus 2y squared x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared over 2y. At ang magiging sagot niyan ay cosecant. Kaya naging cosecant si 1 over sine x plus 2 squared ay equivalent or reciprocal ng ang reciprocal niya ay cosecant sa property. Kaya the final answer is cosecant x plus 2 squared, then lagyan ko ng bracket or parenthesis na ganyan dahil minultiply ko siya as a whole. Ang nasa loob niya ay 2 tan x plus 2 second squared, x plus 2 minus 2y squared, x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared over 2y. This is the final answer. Find the first derivative of the given functions. V is equals to t cosine raised to negative 1 times square root of t minus 1 over t squared and squared. Solutions. First, ay didistribute ko muna yung squared sa numerator and denominator. After nun, dahil may squared si numerator at naka-square root siya, pwede itong i-cancel para maging na lang, maging v is equals to t cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. Kaya naging t raised to 4 yung t squared times 2. Yung nasa labas na squared. Kaya 2 times 2 is equals to 4. Kaya t raised to 4. After kung ma-distribute and ma-cancel out, gagamitan ko ng product rule. Gagamit ako ng product rule. Ang product rule ay ang UDV plus VDU. Ang U natin ay yung T. Tas D. Tas ito ang V natin. Plus V, ito ulit. Tas D and U. Ito ang ating susundan. Okay, V is equals to T, copy si U, tas derivative ng cosine raised to negative 1 times T minus 1 over T raised to 4. Gagamitan ko to ng inverse trigo and quotient rule. Ang quotient rule ay yung VDU minus UDV is equals to V squared. Or kilala bilang low D high minus high D low over low squared. Yun ang high, ito ang low. Then, high, copy mo na si low. Yan ang V. Tapos, derivatives, yung D. And, copy si U. Ang U natin ay yung high, T minus 1. Then, derivatives ulit. Copy si V. Over low. T minus 4 squared. T minus 4. T raised to 4 squared. Yan ang ating V2. After nun, dito na natin gagamitin ang inverse trigo ng cosine raised to negative 1 para sa format. And copy lang natin yung plus cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4 times 1 dahil yung derivatives ng t ay 1. And simplify, compute natin yung sa quotient rule. Copy si T4, derivatives ng T minus 1, minus copy si T minus 1, derivatives ng T raised to 4. over t raised to 4 times squared. Kaya magiging t8. Copy lang natin yung denominator ng inverse trigo. And i-multiply natin si 1 sa cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. Kaya ang magiging sagot ay cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. After nun, simplify. Simplify lang natin si t4 times 1 minus t minus 1 and derivatives ng t raised to 4 ay 4t cube over t raised to 8 minus copy lang si denominator ng inverse trigo at copy lang si cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. Then, multiply lang natin si t raised to 4 times 1 at distribute si 4t cube sa t. Kaya magiging 4t raised to 4 tsaka distribute sa negative 1 minus 4t cube over t raised to 8. Tapos copy ulit si denominator, square root of 1 minus t minus 1 t raised to 4 squared. Dahil kaya naging t raised to 8, minultiply si 4 sa 2 dun sa squared. At saka yung t minus 1 over t raised to 4, yun pala ay yung ating u kanina or yung x ng cosine raised to negative 1. Then copy lang si cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. And simplify v prime is equals to t times negative 3 t raised to 4 plus 4t cube over t raised to 8 minus over square root of 1 minus t minus 1 squared over t raised to 8 plus cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. At after nito ay isinimplify, inalis si t, dinistribute sa loob. Kaya magiging sagot na niyan ay v prime is equals to negative 3 over t cube plus 4 over t raised to 4 minus over square root of 1 minus t minus 1 squared over t raised to 8 plus cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t raised to 4. And this is the final answer. Find y prime of the given implicit functions. X times h raised to negative 1 y squared equals y squared plus sine hx. Dito, ginawa ko both side i-derivatives, left and right, para makuha ko yung y prime. Ginawa ko muna, parehas kong product rule, left and right side. Kaya magiging solution niyan ay x times 2 sec raised to negative 1 times y times ito ay derivative ng set raised to negative 1, derivatives ng inverse hyperbolic, which is ito yung formula, equation, set raised to negative 1, u is equals to negative 1 over u square root of 1 minus u squared. Bale, ang numerator ko ay y prime dahil dinerivatives ko si y katabi ng set raised to negative 1. Then, ang u ko ay yung y squared dahil itong y at saka yung squared ng given na nakatabi ng set raised to negative 1. After nun, plus set negative 1y squared plus derivatives ng 1. Ng x ay 1 equals to derivatives ng y squared 2y prime and derivatives ng sin x ay cos x. After nito, i-distribute ko si x and y prime dito sa 2 sec raised to negative 1y. Kaya naging sagot ay negative 2xy prime sec raised to negative 1y over y square root of 1 minus y squared plus, kinapi ko lang si sec raised to negative 1y squared at kaya nawala si 1, i-multiply ko din siya dito sa sec raised to negative 1y squared. Copy, equals, copy lang si 2y prime plus cos x. After nun, transpose ko si 2y prime. Sa kaliwa. Para magkasama na yung mga equation na may y prime at ma-isolate at madali nang ma-isolate si y prime. At nung na-isolate, para ma-isolate si y prime, di-divide both side. Para ma-isolate si y prime, nilabas ko dito sa 2xy prime sa h raised to negative 1 y over y square root of 1 minus y squared minus 2y. Ini-isolate ko para nasa labas. Tas copy ko lang si cos x minus h raised to negative 1y squared. And after kong ma-isolate si y prime, para maging isang equation na sila, inilagay ko sa numerator si cos x minus h raised to negative 1y squared. At ginawa kong denominator si negative 2x h raised to negative 1y over y square root of 1 minus y squared minus 2y. After nito, sinimplify ko. Kaya nang mangyayari ay cos y prime is equals to cos x minus h raised to negative 1y squared over 2x h raised to negative 1y minus 2y squared square root of 1 minus y squared over y square root of 1 minus y squared. At para mawala, at sinimplify ko pa ng isa para mawala yung fraction, yung complex fraction kung tawagin, or hindi siya complex fraction, kumbaga yung fraction na denominator. sinimplify ko pa. Kaya ang maging final answer ko ay y prime is equals to y square root of 1 minus y squared. Tapos minultiply ko ito as a whole, kaya naging multiply by cos x minus h raised to negative 1y squared over negative 2x h raised to negative 1y minus 2y squared square root of 1 minus y squared. Ito na yung final answer. And to summarize, or to sum up the overall answer of the tutorial video, set A, W is equals to square root of 2a over 2 and L is equals to square root of 2a. Set B, y prime is equals to cosecant x plus 2 squared times 2 tan x plus 2 secant squared x plus 2 minus 2a squared x plus 2 cosine x plus 2 squared over 2y. Set C, v prime is equals to negative 3 over t cubed plus 4 over t form over square root of 1 minus t minus 1 squared over t raised to 8 plus cosine raised to negative 1 times t minus 1 over t4. And lastly, set dy prime is equals to y square root of 1 minus y2 times cos x minus such negative 1y squared over negative 2x raised to negative 1y minus 2y squared square root of 1 minus y squared. And that's all. That's all for my tutorial video. I hope you learned something from me. Thank you for listening.